The ratings are in for Tuesday's episode of WWE NXT on the CW. MJF tries to set fire to Hangman Page last night on AEW Dynamite. Cope defeats Wheeler Yuta prior to Revolution this weekend. Timeless Toni Storm faces off against Mariah May prior to their Hollywood ending. Shawn Michaels says he's going to leave Ava to direct this as she sees fit on WWE Evolve's debut episode last night. Randy Orton is advertised for several upcoming episodes of SmackDown in Europe. An AEW Continental Championship match is announced for AEW Revolution this weekend. AJ Styles explains the changes made to his WWE entrance music. CM Punk has been pulled from several upcoming episodes of Monday Night Raw. Several matches have been confirmed for this weekend's edition of AEW Collision. And the tag team partner for Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, and Elijah at TNA Sacrifice has been revealed. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with the viewership information for WWE NXT. NXT saw a decrease in viewership on March 4th. According to WrestleNomics via Programming Insider, NXT averaged 698,000 viewers on Tuesday. The show drew a 0.15 rating in the 1849 demographic. The viewership is down from last week's episode when an average of 799,000 viewers tuned in. The demo rating also dropped from last week's show, a 0.19 rating in the same demographic. As I mentioned, this is a 13% decline in total viewership and a 21% decline in terms of the key demo. Tuesday's demographic number marked NXT's lowest number since December 31st. NXT did not air live in New York City, Chicago, or Indianapolis because of coverage of President Donald Trump's State of the Union address to Congress. NXT's second hour was also up against the address. This week's show kicked off with Zarya and Sol Ruka defeating Piper Niven and WWE Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green. In a grudge match, Jada Parker defeated Kalani Jordan. TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys, also appeared in a promo segment with Hank and Tank and Fraxium. Elsewhere on the show, a match between Jordan Grace and Cora Jade was stopped due to an injury to Jade. In the main event of the evening, Shawn Spears defeated Tony D'Angelo to become the brand new NXT North American Champion. Switching over to AEW Dynamite last night, and the feud between MJF and Hangman Page continues to heat up. MJF lured Hangman Page into a trap on the March 5th episode of AEW Dynamite. After calling Page out for a fight, he used a decoy to trick Page onto coming out into the ring. MJF attacked Page from behind and they brawled. MJF then hit Page below the belt. He dropped Page with a heat seeker. MJF hit Page with his Dynamite Diamond ring, and he proceeded to grab a microphone. MJF said the fans loved it when Page burned things, so he wanted to see how they felt when he did it. He got some lighter fluid and doused Page with it. MJF took out a lighter, but before he could light Page on fire, a team of security officials stopped him and retained him. MJF yelled that he wanted to prove his point as they carried him away. Of course, Page previously burned down Swerve Strickland's childhood home last year. MJF is set to face off against Page this weekend at AEW Revolution. The main event of Revolution will see Cope challenge for Jon Moxley's AEW World Championship, and Wheeler Yuta of the Death Rider seemingly has walked away. The March 5th edition of AEW Dynamite featured a huge singles match between Cope and Wheeler Yuta, with Cope being motivated to take out every member of the Death Riders before his match with Jon Moxley at AEW Revolution. It appears that Cope succeeded in his efforts as he was able to defeat Yuta via pinfall. After the match, Yuta shook hands with Cope. Jon Moxley wasn't happy about how things went down as he scolded Yuta in the ring. This prompted Yuta to palm Moxley's face and walk away to the backstage area. Moxley attempted to chase after Yuta to no avail. Of course, this weekend, the main event will be for the AEW World Championship. A big match at Revolution will see Timeless Toni Storm defend her Women's Championship against Mariah May, and Storm and May spoke ahead of their Hollywood ending this weekend. Renee Paquette interviewed AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm and Mariah May on the March 5th episode of AEW Dynamite. May spit in Storm's face. May blamed Storm for making her do it. She said that Storm started all of this. May said that Storm was nothing without her. She told Storm that they would go down together at AEW Revolution. May vowed to drag Storm to hell. May said they could have their Hollywood ending. Storm fired back by saying May did not deserve the dignity of death, and she sentenced her to a lifetime of mediocrity. Storm said that May's career would continue, but it would be good, not great. She said that the star that May would not compare to the monster that she had become, so would be replaced and forgotten. Storm and May then stood up and stared each other down. Of course, Storm will defend her title against Mariah May this weekend in a Hollywood-ending match at AEW Revolution. Now, last night we saw the debut episode of WWE Evolve on Tubi, and a bit more of an update as to roles moving forward on this show, because Ava has a new role. WWE Evolve premiered on March 5th. Shawn Michaels and Ava appeared at the beginning of the show, and Michaels booked the matches. Near the end of the show, Michaels and Ava discussed the first episode in a backstage segment. Michaels said he was going to leave Ava to direct WWE Evolve as she saw fit. She thanked him for the opportunity and said that she has some ideas for the following week's episode. Ava has been the general manager of WWE NXT since January of 2024. A bit of an update here when it comes to Randy Orton, his schedule heading into WrestleMania 41. Randy Orton returned at WWE Elimination Chamber on March 1st, and future plans for the Viper have now been revealed. Orton saved Sami Zayn from a post-match beatdown by Kevin Owens after their unsanctioned match at the recent WWE PLE. Having been out of action since November of last year thanks to a pile driver at the hands of Owens, writing him off television, it was recently reported that he was back in the mix for WrestleMania 41. The report also noted that the plan was for Randy Orton to return before WWE's European tour ahead of the April 19 and 20 WrestleMania show. Plans for Orton have now emerged, confirming that he will be on the road to WrestleMania tour taking place in March. The official WWE UK Twitter account shared the news that Randy Orton will be on 3 upcoming episodes of SmackDown. Orton will be on the March 14th episode of SmackDown taking place in Barcelona. He'll follow this up with an appearance at the March 21st episode of SmackDown in Bologna in Italy. Finally, Orton heads to the United Kingdom for the March 28th episode of SmackDown at London's The O2. Now, for London fans, the O2 is also the venue for the March 31st episode of Monday Night Raw. Tony Khan has announced a big match for AEW Revolution this weekend as well. AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada set to defend his gold at AEW Revolution on Sunday against the Hounds of Hell's Brody King after the pair have clashed backstage in recent weeks. AEW President Tony Khan made the announcement on X ahead of AEW Dynamite last night. Quote, after a series of altercations, Kazuchika Okada will defend the AEW Continental title versus Brody King at Revolution this Sunday, Khan posted alongside a reminder that fans tune in for Dynamite. The Rainmaker initially didn't have a bout scheduled for the Revolution card, but he angered King backstage during AEW Collision on Saturday when he walked through a promo from King and Julia Hart and attacked King later on in the night. Okada last defended his title at AEW Grand Slam Australia against King's tag team partner Buddy Matthews. So that match is now set for this weekend. AJ Styles, of course, he's had a few changes when it comes to his entrance over the last year. AJ Styles has provided an update on the changes to his WWE entrance music and even the possibility of his TNA wrestling theme returning. Styles made his WWE debut at the Royal Rumble in 2016 using Phenomenal by CFOs as his entrance music, which was actually originally intended for James Storm. He used that theme all the way up until WrestleMania 40 in April 2024, where he started out to You Don't Want None by Def Rebel featuring Stevie Stone. Then, at the Royal Rumble last month, he brought back Phenomenal as he returned after a number of months out due to injury. In an interview of Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Styles has explained the reason he changed in the first place, as well as why he reverted back to his original theme. He said, quote, it was my call to change it because as a bad guy, I thought my song was a little too cool. Everybody loves that song. I love the song, but that's not who I was trying to be. I wanted you to not like me, to despise me, and I thought, well, if I change the song, people are going to hate it. Perfect. And then when I knew I was coming back and I was going to be the good guy again, I was like, I want my old music back. And nobody said anything. They were like, yep, that's fine. So yeah, that was my decision. Now, for those hoping AJ Styles may bring back his I Am theme from TNA, often referred to as Get Ready to Fly, now that TNA and WWE have an official partnership, don't get your hopes up, as it seems Styles isn't on board with the idea. He added, quote, I don't want to hear that song ever again. My sons love it. They're like, Dad, if you come back because TNA's working with WWE, if you come back to Get Ready to Fly, I'm not coming out to that song, guys. I'm just not doing it. Not because I hate it, but I just have listened to it for so long. I don't want to come out to it anymore. So unless someone sneaks it in on me, I'm not walking out to that song. Now, we spoke earlier on about Randy Orton, his schedule for WWE's European tour. A bit of an update when it comes to CM Punk. CM Punk is not being advertised for 2 upcoming shows anymore. As previously announced, CM Punk will be part of WWE Raw on March 17th in Brussels, WWE SmackDown on March 21st in Bologna, and WWE SmackDown on March 28th in London. He was initially advertised for the Raw tapings on March 24th and 31st, that being in London. However, in an update, Punk is no longer advertised for those 2 Raw events on WWE's official website. Punk is still set to be a part of the March 17th episode of Raw in Brussels, Belgium. He's also set to appear on the March 21st episode of SmackDown, as well as the March 28th episode of SmackDown during the tour. Punk will also be a part of the following live events: Belfast on March 22nd, Nottingham on March 23rd, Vienna on March 29th, and Amsterdam on March 30th. Now, before the tour, CM Punk is scheduled to compete on this coming Monday's March 10th episode of Raw. They'll be facing off against Seth Rollins inside of a steel cage. We will be doing a watch-along for it, so be sure to join us live on the channel for not only a watch-along but also a post-show. Now, going over to Collision this weekend, because several matches have been confirmed for Saturday's show, Tony Khan announced that Dralistico will face Hologram on the March 8th episode of AEW Collision. The match was announced on social media by the AEW president and CEO. The TNT Championship will also be on the line, as Daniel Garcia will defend the bout against Ring of Honor Pure Champion Lee Moriarty. Also, before her match with Mercedes Moné, Momo Watanabe will take on Serena Deeb in singles action. Moné will be on commentary for this match. Furthermore, Harley Cameron will be in action this Saturday on TNT and Max. And finally, an update here when it comes to a big match for TNA Sacrifice. Now, the mystery partners have been revealed. On Wednesday, March 5th, TNA Wrestling took to social media to announce that Nick Nemeth and Leon Slater will be teaming with Matt Hardy, Joe Hendry, and Elijah to face the System's Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC, as well as the Clones, that being Eddie and Orlando Colon, at TNA Sacrifice. Nemeth and Slater's spots in the match were previously advertised to be mystery partners. Of course, this event will be taking place live Friday on March 14th. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.